What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. And I know what y'all are thinking, like, it's been a week. It's been so long since I got to react to the Japanese Grand Prix. But here we are. Better late than never, right? Better late than never. We got the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix qualifying highlights. Before we jump into this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Ring notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys have a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon. Drop it in the comment section or in the description section. There's a premium request link. What we got? And the reason that it took a week is I was having internet issues. I was having internet problems. Got internet now. Everything's good to go. Let's rock and roll.
Logan Sargent, who has found the barriers. The American driver has a couple of wheels not pointing in the right direction.
Dang.
The red flag is out, and the Williams driver, trying to keep his place in Formula One, finds the barriers in Q1.
Hey, I saw somebody comment and say, you know what I'm saying? Something about Liam Lawson might go over to, might have a potential spot at Williams. There might be potential for Liam Lawson in a Williams car next year. I don't know if it's credible, but Sargent ain't been doing so hot. He ain't been doing so hot, so we'll see.
This moment was the last thing that he needed out of the final chicane.
The car started getting away, and then he kept his foot in, and already he was just keeping his foot in, oversteering all the way. The rear grip.
That's going to be tough to fix before the actual race. I don't know if he made it to the actual race, but I know that he gave the engineers a job to do. If he got to race in the Japanese Grand Prix, the engineers had some work to put in for this.
It's just really poor in that Williams.
Hulkenberg only 14th is bad news for Haas. Gasly comes around the final corner and goes up to 7th position, so he delivers nicely. Ocon is... he's way off at the moment, but it'd be an improvement for him. What about Magnussen? That 9th place is going to worry a few drivers, Jolien.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso's slipping down to 13th, and Alonso's not improved in the first sector either. He's been jumped by Bottas, been jumped by a few others. Magnussen popping it up there. Ocon goes up to 8th, so good job from Esteban Ocon. And Fernando Alonso's got to pick up the pace in the second half of the lap, because at the moment he's not improving.
Here's his teammate. Stroll has been 20th and last at the last 2 events in qualifying. Didn't take part in the Singapore Grand Prix last time out. He's up on Yuki Tsunoda, but Yuki Tsunoda is also improving. Stroll goes to 15th to knock out Tsunoda. So Tsunoda now needs a response. We're about to get one absolutely immediately. Alonso is the next driver at risk next to Stroll. And
oh, dang. He jumped all the way to 7th. Okay, Yuki. Yes, Lance Stroll, bro. Lance Stroll just... I know his dad is the owner of the team, right? But come on, man. It's just too much where you're not getting production. Where you just, you know what I'm saying? And Fernando to be at risk is absolutely insane to me right now.
So Tsunoda goes up to 7th to the acclaim of the crowd.
Albon v Alonso, I think. They're the only 2 left out there, and Alonso's still not improving, and Albon's going pretty quickly. He did manage to start his flying lap. So can Albon knock out Alonso? Can Alonso find something? Yes, he did. So now it's Albon v Bottas.
Lawson goes up to 4th position. Alonso finds himself in 12th. This is 14th place Lewis Hamilton, taking a huge hit at the curb as we come now out of the 18th and final corner. Slight correction to avoid what happened to Logan Sargent. Hamilton up to 10th. Bottas, the driver, on the brink. It's over to you, Alexander Albon. He comes through the corner where his teammate crashed. He's looking to make the second part of qualifying. Great lap, Alex Albon, to move to 12th position.
Alonso found a 10th of a second.
So no surprises in that bottom 5. There's not one surprise. But Max Verstappen's name is back where Max Verstappen's name should be. Back where Max Verstappen's name should be. Shout out my boy Lando Norris. Y'all know I love Lando Norris. Y'all know I think he's absolutely awesome. Checo got to get better than 7th in Q2.
In the final sector, so he managed to piece the chicane together better than he had done, and that sneaks him through in 14th. So it's very sweaty for both Aston Martin.
Oh my!
Block my own turret fully blocked for me, and traffic into turn 9. Control, we will report.
It's Bottas, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Joe and Sargent who found the barriers, who go out in the first part of qualifying. And now, let's see what Magnussen can do. Currently in 15th, this will say a lot, only 9th. and he drops Hamilton down into 11th place. Hamilton needs a lap to respond, and we're watching out to see what Fernando Alonso can do at the track he calls his favourite. The man who's been in Q3 all the way through the season is only in 8th position.
That's a good lap from Alonso there. Hamilton gets himself safe up into 3rd place. Norris and Piastri now 5th and 6th and tumbling down. People improving further back. George Russell's going quickly.
Let's see what Lawson can do over the line. He gets himself to 10th. That's all he could do. He drops Albon down. So Albon has completed the lap. So has Magnussen. And now it's over to the Alpines. What can they do? They've been chasing it all the way through. It's only 12th position for Esteban Ocon. George Russell is up by 0.2 of a second on Liam Lawson. He's going to need an improvement. Perez goes to 3rd place. He is safely through. We are waiting to see who can deny the place in the top 10. Will Lawson drop out in the second part of qualifying? That's what Russell is hoping for, and that's what George Russell delivers in 7th place. And now Yuki Tsunoda down to 9th position. Can he improve? He can. And the crowd love it. 7th place for him, and it's all about Gasly versus Alonso now. He's improving all the way round. The Frenchman out of the final corner. Gasly looking to displace Fernando Alonso, but it's not good enough. He's the lead Alpine on the grid, but he's not making Q3. Frustration for him.
Shout out to Yuki Tsunoda, man. Hey, Japanese Grand Prix, my boy said I'm going to show out. Them Ferraris are fab, boy. Shot Leclerc first in Q2. All up to Q3 now. And let's see if my boy Max can get his pole position.
Lawson, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, and Magnussen, who fall at the second hurdle of qualifying. Wow, this has been a absolutely supreme lap. A 1:29.0. That is a gauntlet thrown down.
That's Max. That's greatness. That's who Verstappen is. You feel that? That's who he is.
And a half. Perez will try and respond immediately across the line, and he's 1.4 seconds back on the old rubber. Let's see what the McLarens can do, though. They are on new rubber. Hamilton gets a time on the board again, miles off, 1.7 seconds. What can the McLarens do? That's the question. Verstappen setting down an absolutely mighty time. Piastri gets within half a second. What about Lando Norris, who's been the lead McLaren driver more often than not? He's 12.3 up on his teammate all the way through. His rookie Australian teammate, Lando Norris, looking to book his place on the front row, but he's behind his teammate, and Max Verstappen in a league of his own after run 1. Let's complete the lap on board with the man who is chasing his 9th pole position of the season in Formula 1. Hasn't been there for a couple of races, wants to retake the place.
He said I'll beat my first. He said I can drive better. I know nobody else can catch that 129.0, but you know what? I can drive better. And I'll go ahead and take replace that time.
And that will be the lap to do it. A 1:28.8. And now we'll look further down the field. Where can Leclerc and Sainz go in relation to the McLarens, who will get another response? It's only 4th for Charles Leclerc. Who's going to be the lead Ferrari on the grid? It's been this man for 3 races in a row. He won last time out, and Sainz is behind his teammate now. Piastri versus Norris is our next battle for the front row. Here comes the McLaren over the line. And it's Piastri not to improve. Does that open the door for Lando Norris to get to the front row? No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. And Oscar Piastri finds himself on the front row in Formula 1 unless there's a response for Sergio Perez. Yuki Tsunoda has gone up to 7th place. And now the driver who finished 2nd in the Japanese Grand Prix here last year will try and make it 2 Red Bulls on the front row. Can Perez do it as he comes across the line? No, he's behind his teammate, the 2 McLarens, Charles Leclerc, and he finds himself in 5th position. So Lewis Hamilton will complete this qualifying battle, and he goes over the line to go ahead of his teammate for the first time in 3 races to drop Yuki Tsunoda down to 9th.
That's where Max should be. Checo 5. That's not too bad, actually, Checo. As long as you can get on that podium at the end of the race, at the end of the Japanese Grand Prix. But that's where Max's name should be. That's where it should be.
There you go, 28.
Giggly take.
That was outstanding, Max. Absolutely outstanding.
That first sector was really enjoyable.
Verstappen in a league of his own. Verstappen's 9th pole position of the season. One of the very best. Half a second on pole by Max Verstappen. A terrific lap from Oscar Piastri on the first run. Books his first ever Formula One front row. Then it was Lando Norris.
Big shout out to the McLarens, Piastri, Norris, getting it done. I like to
Third,
see
Charles Leclerc in fourth. The lead Ferrari for the first time in 4 races. Sergio Perez was fifth, and it was Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Tsunoda in 9th position ahead of Fernando Alonso. Liam Lawson missed out by 0.04 of a second. Another appearance in Q3, had to settle for a Q2 exit, but he was ahead of Gasly, Albon, Ocon, and Magnussen. And falling at the first hurdle of qualifying was Bottas, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent, who found the barrier on the exit of the 18th and final corner.
That's all we got for this one. That was a great qualifying. I'm excited to jump into the race. Before we jump in, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy D Neal, out.